Welcome to the show. We are going to solo Bommel the Dreadhorn with Samar Gym Curse. And seeing what happens on stage 10 Doom Tower Hard, I'm pretty sure it's going to work out the same exact way on Doom Tower 90. Now, Beer and Geary can solo right now. If you've seen the write-up on Reddit, you can put some gear, similar type gear that I have on right now, but it does take very, very in-game gear to do it, even on Doom Tower 10 to complete it. And then I did see Scratch went on the test server and did it on Doom Tower 50. He couldn't get it done on 90. And his gear was pretty damn sweet that he had on there. Really great defense, great HP, because Beer and Geary, whenever an ally dies or an enemy dies, he gets life back immediately with no cooldown. I think it's 40% of his max HP. And mine was still having difficulty with all the gear I was throwing on him on stage 10 of Doom Tower Hard. I needed to give him a little more HP, a little more defense, a little more speed. But I did see Scratch actually complete it on stage 50. So that's pretty awesome. And I know on normal, this guy will work for you. This write-up was 17 hours ago, so I didn't feel like I needed to do another video about this champion. If you want to know about it, it's just a regen set. It's actually the same exact gear I have on my Samar right now. But you're going to need a little bit better gear than I've got on him. But Samar doesn't need all that. He just procs that unkillable or block damage actually, and it takes, like, it's perfect timing. It takes all the hit from Bommel, and then it takes the 2 hits from the Dread Bombs, and you're good to go. It's very, very easy to beat it. I also completed this with Urast, Melga, and Vogoth. 3-man, full auto. It was really simple to do because I've got resistance enough to resist everything that's going to happen. Will that same team work on 50 or 90 without putting up a decreased accuracy on the boss? Probably not. So I don't want to come out with these teams yet so I get to test it out. It won't take very many days. What, like 8 more days before we're up to maybe 7 more days. I think I'm at 20 before we get to the 90 boss. We're going to jump forward. We want to go to Bommel and we want to pay attention to when he takes damage and he puts up the block damage up. So the 2 bombs come up. There's no cooldown on this ability. It's just when he drops below 30% HP. I don't have War Master on him. I still have Helm Smasher. It was so quick. You didn't see it, did you? You didn't see it. He dropped down below. He got the block damage on. And then he blocked, and then he blocked the boss's damage as well. And then now he's regenning it all back, right? With our regen and our immortal set, there it is again. This time you got to see it much easier. We should slow it down next time, right? It's on 2 times speed, sorry. But that's going to happen every single time. And I know this is going to work on 90 because he's got tons of HP. He's actually able to come back. We're blocking all that damage. It's working in sync with it all. So I know for sure if Scratch gets on, maybe I'll message him and he can go into 90 and do this. He can just put the gear he's got on his Beer and Geary, put it on Samar. If he has Samar, by the way, you got to have the legendary champion, right? If he has him, and then go into 90 and just solo this. I know it's going to happen. There's nothing different on 90 that would cause this to not work. If we need to match some different speed, we can do that because the gear requirement for this is not as intense as Beer and Geary. And I hate soloing. I'm with whoever's talked about this on, I don't know if they said this on a comment in a YouTube video or if they said it in Reddit. They are tired of these kind of broken bosses and then having this one champion that can beat it. And then everybody's trying to get that one champion. Like Vergus on the Scarab King. Scarab King is immensely hard, and to beat the Scarab King without Blood Shield accessories now, if you go back and look at all the champions we use to beat the Scarab King, there's a really small amount of champions and ways that we can do to beat that boss, and the company will not go back and do anything about it. They will not go back and revise their champions. They completely refuse to do that. I don't know, have we seen them nerf anything? We've seen them buff them for sure, but I don't know about nerfing them. I don't think nerfing at all. And it's warranted. You don't want to, and I don't know, I don't want to speak too early on this champion. I'm not saying nerf this champion yet. I would prefer everybody to get to 90 and give us a full month, which we're going to. They're not going to nerf it mid-rotation. And the reason I say that is because it's not like it's difficult if you have the right champions. And if the right champions are only 5 or 10 champions, then I feel like that's not a well-designed boss. I feel like that's an overpowered boss, and the only way we're able to beat it is with very, very specific champions. So with our other one, the Scarab King, we used to just do turn meter reduction, have shields up full time, whatever we could do to turn meter reduce him so he couldn't attack. And then the other way to beat him was to come in with a solo Vergus, which was very easy to do if you had Vergus. So then the Scarab King was like a joke. And now if you have Euros, it's super easy to do. So you can go through there and beat him. So yes, we do have Euros and everybody can get him. You could get a Vergus, or you could do turn meter reduction, or now you can use Blood Shield accessories to make it much easier to go through there, but still, the boss is way overtuned. And there's going to be a lot of you out there that say that you want a challenge. It's not that there's no challenge in that. The challenge is pulling the appropriate champions. That's not a challenge. That's RNG to be like, please give me a Vergus. Let's get that Euros as soon as possible. Let's get these other turn meter reducers. That is not a challenge. A challenge would be that when we get to 90 and we're fighting this guy, we find good teams to beat him with. Good, solid teams with a different variety of champions. Obviously, not everybody in the game. We want to make it to where it does take a little bit of a specialty to be able to beat it. Like the Nether Spider takes removal or big shields or a lot of heals. We got to usually remove all those poisons because the Nether Spider will blow those up. So we need certain champions on that boss and on some other bosses as well. And that's good. But when there's not that many of them in this case, or let's just talk about the Scarab King, because like I said, I don't want to talk too quickly about Bommel because we might come up with some really cool stuff once I'm able to get up there. I did try out the Black Knight. Black Knight didn't go over very well. I need to try some more things with him. He just wasn't really surviving. I thought Black Knight would do well with his passive, along with the regen and the shields. Even if I turned the regen and shields off, just his passive alone, I was thinking it would work a lot like Samar, but it just didn't happen yet. I'll still work on that. The other team that I did go through, like I said, Euros, Melga, and Vogoth. Those three together, easy solo here on 10 because I had the resistance needed. I wasn't worried about getting the bombs up. The biggest thing is the bombs aren't really the big issue. The issue is everyone getting stunned once you have that bomb on. If we could take these bombs, which we can soak up the damage, the small bombs that he puts on us aren't that big of a deal. The dread bombs, they hurt, right? But that's stunning your team if we don't have enough resistance, and his accuracy gets up to 750 at 90. So we've got to combat that crazy accuracy. So I can't really speak much about what's going to happen until we get up there. I've got to see it. I've got to be able to play it. I know we're going to probably have to do decreased accuracy unless you have a Samar. Because with Samar here, it's not going to matter unless he just hits like this bomb right here. If we get to 90 and this bomb, I mean, look, the bomb basically did nothing, right? He's got increased attack up. I'd have to see how hard this bomb hits, but that's the only factor that's going to make a difference. If that bomb doesn't take even half his life, then we're fine. It won't matter. Samar's going to be able to do this solo. Then you're one of the lucky few that has an easy way to get past this. But we do need to find legitimate ways to get past this without siffies, without all the crazy champions, without all the crazy legendaries. Encounters shouldn't be to where you have to have crazy legendaries to complete it. That doesn't make any sense for any game that I've ever played, that you need legendaries to do it. And I don't like that at all. It's even premature for me to even say things like that yet because I just don't know. But we'll get there. We'll try it out. If you have your Samar, let's go look at the gear you need to do this. This gear I had on Birangiri. Now, I have got defense boots. I don't need defense boots on him. I should actually switch this out to speed boots and see what we could optimize to make him even faster and easier. The way we were seeing things happen with him putting up that block damage, we don't need that defense. I think he's completely fine. He was barely taking damage. We could go for more HP if we wanted to, or we could just put speed boots here and he's going to stay alive. I just went HP all across the board. And the gear, since I transferred it over, I didn't even pay attention to what I had there. Our total speed is 231, and we're not even getting additional speed from our teammates dying. So once we do this, once I change around and respec, I'm going to come over here to War Master. There we go, War Master. And then here, I don't need accuracy. I'll get some more HP for our regen set and our immortal set. I'll get some more healing done here. And we'll go down to speed. Spirit Haste to get that additional 24 speed, which then he's going to be moving really fast. Additional healing here. Whatever else you want to pick. This one, and then let's go to this speed. With the additional 24 speed and the War Master procs, it's going to be seriously easy to gear to beat this boss, and I'm going to change this out to speed boots. These are the total stats. I'll bring them down even lower, and we'll see what we can do to do faster runs through there. Optimize the gear, speed runs through it, and then we'll see about level 90 once somebody can go test him out on the test server or in the next 7 days. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.